Hey everyone, welcome back to Simply Lola. By the time you see this video, it's going to be Monday, so happy Monday. This is a Peruvian influenced dish, and it's one of those work with which you've got meals. This is traditionally made with spaghetti noodles, but I didn't have any spaghetti noodles, and my son took out the meat before he checked if there were spaghetti noodles. So I'm going to be making it with bow tie pasta. And I'm going to be using some of the meat I seasoned last week in my meal prep. This is Peruvian style chicken. It was seasoned and frozen with soy sauce, garlic, ginger, and garlic salt, garlic powder, ginger, and regular garlic and soy sauce, like about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Like I said, it's a Peruvian influenced dish. Inside this dish, I put, I'm washing my hands. I put red onions. I've already chopped half the onions. Some people call these red onions, some people call them purple onions. I'm only going to use half of it, but I go ahead and chop it all. When I cut an onion open, I usually just chop it all and use what I'm going to use and put the rest in the freezer, so I'm not always having to chop every single time I need onion. Works better for me that way, and it doesn't go to waste. So I usually put it in whatever portion I don't use. I put it in a Ziploc bag, and I'm cutting this into slices. You can cut it into squares or however you like to cut yours. Little dices, chops, whatever. I like strips in this dish in particular. So my pasta is boiling in some salted water. And I'm gonna get my pan hot to cook the chicken. And like I said, it's a Peruvian influenced dish. It's traditionally made with spaghetti noodles, but I don't have spaghetti noodles, so we're gonna be using the bow tie pasta right now. When you don't have things you need in your pantry, you have to revamp and use what you have. You don't always need to run out to the store to get a certain particular ingredient. You just work with what you've got and revamp it. That's how life is, and that's how you save money when you learn to do with what you have. I also have my oven on because I'm going to make us some garlic toast out of this. Garlic bread out of this. We don't have garlic toast, so I'm going to go ahead and make my own out of bread. I use the Natural Harvest Light multi-grain bread. It's only 40 calories, and 2 slices is only like, I think 10 carbs minus the fiber, or 14 carbs minus fiber. So I'm going to go ahead and use avocado oil. You can use whatever kind of oil you want. You can use olive oil. I don't cook with vegetable oil. You know, vegetables don't produce oil. Vegetable oil, I don't even know why they call it vegetable oil, but vegetables don't produce oil. So I'm going to go ahead and saute my onions in here. This is maybe 1/3 of the onion. I might put a little more onion in here. You want the onions to get a little soft without burning or without getting brown. So I'm not going to have the fire on too high. My noodles are cooking. You can put a little salt in your onions. There's salt in my pasta, the boiling water. Put a little salt in your onions. It'll help them cook down. So while those onions are softening, I'm going to go ahead and butter my bread. I melted like 2 tablespoons of butter in here, and I'm going to go ahead and butter my bread. Just coat the top with butter. I have my oven on 350. You can put it as high or as low as you want it. Remember to keep watching your onions so they don't burn. And if you don't use all your butter, just pour it into your onion mixture. It won't hurt. So on my bread, I'm going to go ahead and put some garlic powder. Not a lot, or just as much as you want, actually. You can put regular garlic, rub regular garlic on it if you want, like crushed up garlic. Let me see. And also I'm going to sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on it. You can use the kind in the jar or fresh if you have it. Trying to remember not to let my onions burn. You want the noodles to be a little over al dente. You want them to be a tiny bit before they're done, but not completely hard or not too al dente. So I'm going to sprinkle some Parmesan cheese over my toast. So before my onions burn, I'm going to go ahead and put my meat in. I raised my fire up a little bit more. And this is chopped chicken thighs, bite-sized pieces. Wash my hands. Make sure your fire is on high. So I'm going to go ahead and freeze the remainder of my onion so the next time I use it I could just pull out as much as I want and the onion doesn't go to waste. Because usually when I throw it in the drawer it just goes to waste. Most people know that onions absorb like toxins, so it's not good to keep or we believe it's not good to keep a chopped onion inside of your drawers that you just use later because it absorbs like all kind of toxins from your other foods and things. I'm freezing mine. I'm putting my toast in the oven. And I'm going to use another spoon for the noodles. So again, you're going to brown this meat. And in the meat, like I said, it has soy sauce, it has fresh ginger, but you can put powdered ginger. It has chopped garlic. It has garlic powder and garlic salt. And seasoning salt also. So I want my meat to cook and brown pretty good. You can go ahead and clean as you go so that you're not left with a big mess after you're done. I'm going to put my stuff away. stuff goes in here because I don't even remember. So, keep an eye on your pasta. And as I make this dish, you might think it sounds weird, but until you try something, you never know how it's going to taste, and you'll be surprised on how good this dish tastes, or at least in my opinion. Like I said, it's a Peruvian dish, so it's made traditionally in their cooking, but it is made with spaghetti pasta. I try not to I don't go over my spending budget, because if I go over my spending budget in any week, I have to take out of my next week's spending budget, and I don't like to do that. If I have any left over, it's better for me, because I can use it the next week. But if I go over, I have to take it out of the next week's budget, because I'm on a strict budget. So I don't like going over. You want to cook this chicken until it's pretty much done. It's going to cook a little additional time with the pasta. Josh, can you please give me a can of chicken broth? I can never tell when it's done. Like that. Hot. Take a bite. It's alright. It's almost done. Almost where I want it, actually, I should say. It's the can straw. The ones that say Swanson. Yeah, no. Read it. Swanson chicken broth. Chicken broth, son. Wipe it off the top and open it, please. I'm trying to remember not to burn my bread. It wouldn't be far-fetched for me to burn my bread. Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and drain my pasta, because it's pretty much at the stage that I want it. I'm going to drain the water out. I don't know how I think most people put the strainer, pour the pasta in the strainer. I put the strainer over my pasta like this and then pour it out. And most people pour their pasta in the strainer. So I think I left some of the liquid in there. I left a little bit of, let me get more of the liquid out. I want more of it out than that. Hot. Anyway, I have all the liquid out of my pasta. The meat is pretty much fully cooked. Just needs a little tiny bit to go, but it's pretty cooked. It's cooked through. I just want it to blend in flavors. So I'm going to put the meat inside of the pasta. You want even the juices that are in there. I'm going to turn my fire all the way down to simmer. I just want the flavors to keep blending. I'm going to put probably not even a quarter can of the broth and get all the drippings out of my pan. I didn't put even a quarter cup in there. I'm going to put some fresh garlic, about a heaping teaspoon, and I'm going to put like another teaspoon or two of soy sauce. I don't measure, you do it to taste though. Like another teaspoon or two of soy sauce. And you have to try this dish. You'll be surprised, I'm telling you. When my brother-in-law first made it for me, I was like, soy sauce and pasta? But I was surprised how good it was. And you want to taste it to see if it needs additional salt or anything. I'll taste one of the pastas. It's hot. Blow it, don't burn yourself. I'm going to add a little more soy sauce. And I'm going to add a little more, I'm going to add some garlic powder in that. This is just powder, not garlic salt. If you think it needs more flavor in any way, you can add a little bit of the chicken bouillon, the powder. I'm going to add less than maybe a half a teaspoon to it, just to give it a little pop of flavor. You don't want it to be over salty because the soy sauce already has salt in it. I'm going to put a little more chicken broth. So I landed up putting a little less than half a can of chicken broth. I just want the flavors to blend for a little while. I don't want to burn my bread. Let's see what the bread looks like. I'm going to turn the bread up a bit because it's not toasting as quick as I want it to. So I'm going to put my bread up to like 400. But I'm going to watch it closely so it doesn't burn. Get some of this stuff put up. So I have my plate here. I'm going to serve up a little bit of this pasta. I really like the onion. I should have put more in there, but I didn't. So I'm searching for the onion to put on my plate because I love the onion. The red onion, you don't really taste it in there. It's just another pop or level of flavor. It's not real oniony. It's not that strong. And let me turn this off. Cover this up. And in less than 30 minutes, we have dinner done. And get my bread out. Turn my oven off. Bread cut. So we have garlic bread is even better. Biscuits, anything, not biscuits, but garlic bread. So this is what my Peruvian spaghetti, well, my Peruvian influence dish looks like. It's supposed to be spaghetti noodles. Bon appetit. What are you guys having for dinner? Remember to have compassion for each other. Show someone that beautiful smile and share love. Be blessed, everyone.